A virtual one-on-one meeting shouldn't feel like just another boring calendar slot. It should be the key meeting in your remote team that builds trust, improves performance, and gives your team the support that they actually need. Therefore, in this video, I'll share 9 essential tips that might make your virtual one-on-ones work better than in-person ones. And stick around till the end because I'll also walk you through a proven 7-part one-on-one meeting template. Let's get into it. Tip number 1, ask for cameras on and make it the norm. It might sound basic, but it makes a big difference. Officially ask your employee to make it a norm to turn on the camera in one-on-ones. Especially in remote setups, this small habit builds human connection. Tip number 2, use a dedicated one-on-one meeting tool. Yes, you can track your one-on-one notes in OneNote, in Notion, or some other notes app, but using a dedicated tool means having shared space for shared notes, shared action items, employee development KPIs, and so on. I personally would use the Ecometer software for one-on-one meetings. I will give you a few more examples of its features throughout this video. Now let's get to tip number 3, intentionally build relationships, especially remotely. Good employee relationships are key, and in remote setups you should invest dedicated time to build them. Some of the templates and questions you could ask to build a relationship with your employee are from the Ecometer one-on-one meeting software library. You can see the tool right here. For example, the life story exercise asks you to tell your life story in 3 to 5 key events, and this can be a game changer to really get to know someone deeply and build rapport. Alternatively, for the more mature relationships, you can use the In My Shoes template for one-on-ones, which puts your employee into your shoes, which builds empathy on both sides. There are even more templates for relationship building in the Ecometer software, by the way. Tip number 4, occasionally let your employee prepare the one-on-one meeting agenda. Letting your team members lead the meeting once in a while shows you respect them and increases their engagement in the one-on-one significantly. In Ecometer, your employee can prepare the one-on-one with smart prompts from the coaching library, covering everything from job satisfaction, as you can see here, with a survey in this case, how to say no with a question template, or a visual template on when to take breaks. So the employee could just choose and then add these templates to the agenda so that you can talk about these topics. Tip number 5, get feedback on your one-on-ones, but not just from your employee. You can and should ask your team how you can make your one-on-ones better. But let's be honest, it's biased feedback, you are their boss. But once again, the Ecometer software offers something that's, I guess, way better than this. It's an AI coach. It creates a transcript and analyzes your one-on-one, shows you what you did well, and even suggests better phrasing. Here in the suggestions, for example, it noticed that the manager gave suggestions when his employee explained why he eats alone, but instead the manager should have simply paraphrased what the employee has said. Okay, let's get to tip number 6, track mood over time to prevent disengagement. Don't just ask how are you doing, but ask your employee to rate their job satisfaction on a scale from 1 to 7 regularly. If you don't see employees regularly in person, it becomes even more important to have some kind of mood tracker. Ecometer lets you track this over time in a dashboard, as you can see here, helping you identify risk of employee churn early on. Tip number 7, track action items transparently. It's not a productive one-on-one if nothing comes out of it. Every conversation should end with clear next steps visible to both you and the employee. As you can see here in the Ecometer app, you can get a shared view of tasks, no need to search through emails or Slack later. Tip 8, create space for reverse mentoring. For example, you could ask, what's something I could be doing better as a manager? This sets an example for the employee, even you as a manager want to get better. And the final tip number 9, add one non-work question every few virtual one-on-one remote meetings. For example, you could ask, what's something fun you've done lately? Or any movies or books that stuck with you recently? These kinds of questions break the transactional loop and deepen your working relationship. Okay, if you do all this, your one-on-ones will already be really good. But now let's have a look at the 7-part virtual one-on-one meeting template that can make them even better. Let's start with the welcome question. On a scale from 1 to 7, how satisfied are you with your work this week? This helps track emotional patterns and energy levels, especially important in remote setups. Question number 2, topics from the direct report. What's on your mind that you'd like to make sure we discuss today? This question empowers them to drive the meeting and feel heard. Question number 3, review successes. What's something you've done recently that you're proud of, even if no one noticed? This builds self-recognition and opens the door for positive feedback. Question number 4, review challenges. What are things that are slowing you down? This is easier to answer than what are your challenges, so it will definitely lead to better coaching moments. Question number 5, priorities. What's currently taking up most of your time, and is it the highest value work? This brings clarity to short-term goals and alignment. Question number 6, support needed. Are there meetings, processes, or approvals that feel like blockers more than support? This turns vague frustrations into specific needs you can act on. Question number 7, closing. Is there anything you wish we talked about today but didn't? This creates a safe space towards the end to speak up after the employee has warmed up. Alright, as you can see, you could do this meeting in the one-on-one meeting tool, and I would recommend doing that. I am saying this as the co-founder of Ecometer, so I'm clearly biased here. You can even use our tool, by the way, for free for up to 2 employees. The link to Ecometer is below this video. And as an alternative, you can also find the full template for download as a Google Doc in the description below this video as well. Now, if your one-on-one meetings are getting better, but your team performance isn't really changing, you might be dealing with what we call a team performance leak. If you want to plug that leak and become the kind of manager whose team gets really noticed, check out the manager training playlist in our channel. Subscribe now, and let's turn you into the leader that people respect and admire.